You can feel it before anyone says it. The staff room is quieter, conversations are shorter, and energy dips just slightly. Nothing has collapsed, but confidence has shifted. And when staff confidence drops, everything in a school becomes harder. When confidence drops, ambiguity increases. So leaders must simplify. What matters most right now? What are the non-negotiables? What can people focus on with confidence? When expectations are clear, people feel safe and calm, and safety restores that sense of confidence. Before we dive back in, I want to say something to head teachers listening. Attendance rarely improves through effort alone. It improves through clarity, discipline systems, and strong leadership alignment. Most leaders I speak with are working incredibly hard already. So if attendance still feels fragile in your setting, you can apply for the Senior Attendance and Leadership Review. It starts with a short strategic assessment. Eligible leaders are then invited to claim a fully funded strategic review process, typically valued at £1,000 for your school. This includes an on-site local visit, a detailed school-specific report, a follow-up strategy session, and a suite of practical leadership tools designed to help you move from reflective pressure to a clear and sustainable plan. If that would be useful in your context, you can apply now through the link in the show notes or by scanning the code on screen. And now, back to the episode. This is Headship After Hours. I'm Paul Collin. I was told I would never make headship and I went to a really challenging school. I have an NPQH and NPQ EL Level 7 Executive Coaching accreditation and I'm a Future Leaders alumni with more than a decade in headship, and I'm still leading. I've led some of the most complex schools in the UK, improving behaviour, stabilising attendance, rebuilding culture and restoring community trust back into our UK schools. I still work in schools and I'm still supporting head teachers navigating difficult realities. I know what the weight feels like and am still living it with you. Let's talk. Staff confidence is one of the most important and least discussed indicators in a school, because when staff feel confident, they're more consistent, more decisive, more willing to hold expectations, more willing to, of course, invest in relationships, more kind of involved in what's going on. But when confidence drops even slightly, it shows. Expectations can soften, consistency can drift, and of course, energy lowers, and culture begins to loosen. What is important to understand is this: staff confidence rarely disappears overnight. It erodes gradually after maybe a difficult inspection, after maybe a challenging term, after a period of uncertainty around staffing or budgets, after repeated low-level disruption that really maybe feels unresolved for staff. It's rarely one big event. It's normally an accumulation. I remember a period in one of the schools I led where we had made progress which was significant. Behaviour had really improved and attendance was moving gradually forward positively week by week. Culture was definitely stronger. But then we hit a difficult stretch. A few key staff decided to leave for progression, a run of challenging incidences within the school, increased external pressures. All of that is challenging. Nothing majorly sort of catastrophic, but enough to lift and shift the feel of the place. And I could sense it. Staff were, of course, still professional, still committed to their day-to-day jobs and routines, but slightly less certain, slightly more cautious maybe. And that is the moment that leaders must pay real attention to. Because when staff confidence dips, the instinct can be to maybe push harder, increase that sense of accountability and tighten systems, add additional pressure. But confidence doesn't grow through pressure. It grows through clarity and support. There are 3 leadership moves that matter most in those moments. Number 1 is re-establishing clarity. When confidence drops, ambiguity increases. So leaders must simplify. What matters most right now? What are the non-negotiables? What can people focus on with confidence? When expectations are clear, people feel safe and calm, and safety restores that sense of confidence. Number 2 is increased visible support. Not surveillance, but support. Being present in classrooms, backing staff in difficult moments, following through on behaviour consistency. When staff feel that leadership is alongside them but not above them, confidence rebuilds. Number 3 is naming the moment. One of the most powerful things a leader can do is acknowledge reality, not dramatically, not negatively, but honestly. This has been a really challenging period. We are seeing some real drift at the moment. We are going to steady this together. When leaders name what people are already feeling, trust increases. The silence creates doubt. Clarity creates confidence. There is also something deeper here. Staff confidence is not just about the systems. It's about the belief. Do staff believe the school is moving forward? Do they believe leadership is steady? And do they believe their effort is making a real difference? Because belief drives that behaviour, and behaviour drives culture. In a period that I mentioned, the shift came when we stopped trying to fix everything at once and instead focused on the consistency. That sense of clear expectations, that visible leadership, the relentless follow through. Not a dramatic change, just a steady reinforcement and a slow build to returning confidence. Not because pressure increased, but because certainty increased. Leaders often underestimate how much their own tone influences staff confidence. If you appear uncertain, it spreads. If you appear reactive, it also can spread. If you appear calm and clear, well, that spreads too. That is not about pretending everything is fine. It's about leading with a sense of composure. So if you sense that confidence in your staff is gradually starting to dip, then ask yourself, have we lost clarity here? Have we reduced visible support or visibility? And have we avoided naming the moment that we're currently living in? Because confidence is not rebuilt through new initiatives. It's rebuilt through steady leadership. And once confidence returns, everything else becomes easier. Behaviour stabilises, consistency strengthens, and of course, positive energy lifts. Culture tightens again. If something in this episode resonated, well, sit with it for a moment. Leadership is not meant to be carried in silence. If this conversation helped you feel less alone, well, that matters. If today's conversation resonated and attendance remains a pressure point in your school context, you can apply for the Senior Attendance and Leadership Review. It begins with a short strategic assessment. Eligible leaders are then invited to claim a fully funded review process typically valued at £1,000, including an on-site school visit, a detailed report and practical tools to support a clear 90-day plan. If that would be useful in your context, you can apply now using the link in the show notes. Thanks for listening and stay connected.